Hello students of Standard 9. Welcome to the digital campus of DAV Moyle Public School. Let's begin with an online session of agriculture. Our today's topic is soil conservation. Soil conservation is the prevention of soil from erosion. It includes all such measures which helps in protecting the soil through counter terracing and bunding, construction of burns across greens, leavings, or of uneven land, and raising grasses and other vegetations on land are the small measures which are usually taken by farmers to protect soil from erosion. Such methods are quite effective in areas where the degree of erosion is not serious, as in the semi-arid traces of the Peninsula and parts of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Punjab. In the tropic forest areas, shifting cultivation known as Juming in Assam, Poonam in Kerala, Podu in Andhra Pradesh, and Orissa. Methods of soil conservation includes counter, bunding, tracing, strip cropping, fallowing, cover cropping, crop rotation, crop diversification, control of gully erosion, and windbreak. Let us discuss the methods of soil erosion in some detail. First one is counter bunding. Counterbunding is the construction of the small bunds across the slopes of the land of a counter. If the plugging is done at right angle to the hill slope, following the natural contours of the hills, the ridges and furrows break the flow of the water down the hill. This prevents successive or excessive soil erosion, as gullies are likely to develop, and also reduces runoff so plants receive more water. Row crops and small grains are often planted in counter patterns so that the plant can absorb much of the rain and erosion is minimized. Next one is tracing. Slopes may be cut into a series of traces with sufficient level ground on each trace for cultivation and a outer wall of the edges to retain the soil and to slow down the flow of rainwater down the slope. Tracing is widely used in monsoon Asia for wet paddy cultivations, as the excess water and silts can be retained at each trace to form flooded paddy fields. Traces are also used in temperate and semi-arid regions where slopes are steps. Tracing enables farmers in mountainous regions to utilize the step ground on the favored sunny slopes of valley for vine or other crops. In strip croppings, crops may be cultivated in alternate strips parallel to one another. Some strips may be allowed to lie fallow while others are sown to different kind of crops. Example, grains, legumes, small tree crops. The various crops ripen at different time of the year and harvested at intervals. This ensures that no time will the entire area be left bare or exposed. The tail graping crops acts as a windbreak, and the strips, which are often parallel to the counters, help to increase water absorption by the soil by slowing down runoff. Fallowing. Sometimes it is important to allow much used land to reset or lie fallow so that the natural forces can act on the soil. They decayed natural vegetation's matter helps to increase the plant nutrition in the soil. Fallowing also increases the subsoil moisture and improves the general structure of the soil. Winter fallow is commonly practiced in temperate regions after the harvest, but cultivation is resumed in the spring after the snow and forests have withered the topsoil. Long period of fallow cannot be allowed, however, in intensively run farmers farms and as farmers cannot afford it. In some cases, as in plantations where the ascension period of tree crops is long, cover crops may be interplanted between the young trees. Creepers are preferred because they spread around and form a useful cover that protects the topsoil from the full force of the tropical downpours. Care must be taken that cover crops does not completely with the young tree for the essential plant nutrients, and leguminous crops are often used because they add nitrogen to the soil. Cover crops may be grown simply to protect the soil or may constituent of other valuable plants such as vegetables which provide an income while the plantation crops matures. Some such crops, that is, cotton, maize, or tobacco, should be avoided because they exhaust the soil or promote soil erosion instead of preventing it. Crop rotation is not advisable to grow the same crop in the same field for more than 2 years in successive, as the crop will tend to exhaust one particular kind of mineral nutrients. For example, potatoes require much potash, but wheat requires nitrates. Thus, it is best to alternate crops in the fields. Legumes such as peas, beans, clover, bitches, and many other plants and nitrates to the soil by converting free nitrogen in the air into nitrogenous nodules of their roots. But if they are included in the crop rotation, nitrogenous fertilizers can be dispensed with. By rotating different types of crops in successive years, soil fertility can be naturally maintained. Crop diversification. This practice is often like crop rotation in that it helps to maintain soil fertility. Where annual harvested crops are grown, they can be altered in the field. Where perennial crops like tree crops are grown. However, the chief importance of crop diversification to the farmers is economic. In particular, it reduces the danger of depending on a single crop, that is, monoculture. Gully control by the diversification of runoff provides to an economical measures. The best method of controlling existing gullies is to reduce re-establish vegetation. Two of the most important types are the sword strip, eroded earth till, and the last one is windbreak. The principal methods of reducing surface velocity to wind upon which would depend the abrasive and transportation capacity are vegetal measures. Now it's time to check your knowledge about today's topic. Here are some questions as your assignment. I hope you understand today's topic. We again meet with new video. Till then, stay at home, be safe, be happy.